Good evening everyone, my name is Max and welcome back to Team Lucid Dream. I have another dream vlog for you guys today, another one that involves Eden, the dream world that I have been building for the last 4 years. Now I had completely forgotten about this dream, and this is again proof that keeping a dream journal is really important because occasionally you completely forget your dreams, and some of them are amazing, and you know, if I hadn't have written this one down it would have just fallen out of my brain. I would never be able to remember it again. So there's a lesson in dream journals, but we're not talking about that today. So in this dream I was drifting in and out of sleep, so I guess technically it was sort of a wild, but when I transitioned into the dream I wasn't lucid as such, but I did have a sort of vague sense of awareness. I was on holiday at Centre Parks with my family, which is quite a common theme for my dreams, and as I went through the dream, you know, I was still kind of aware that something wasn't right, but I knew if I increased my awareness too quickly the dream would likely fade, so I kind of had to ease myself into lucidity. Eventually I sort of came to a door and I just spent a bit of time focusing on all the little details in the wood, and as I did this the dream started to become more vivid, my awareness was increasing at a steady pace, and I just kind of got to that point where I was like, yep, I know for a fact this is a dream, I don't need to reality check, and if I just do whatever I want, I'm not going to lose lucidity. I'm perfectly anchored in this dream. I head outside and I remember that my goal is to go to a part of Eden that I haven't visited before. I spot my dad by the car trying to load in all the luggage, and he asks me for help, and I just kind of ignore him and go about my business. I'm sort of in a forest, so I'm walking along and there's sort of like an embankment, and I notice that there is a door in the side of this hill, which is quite strange because normally when I get to Eden I do go through doors, but doors don't tend to like appear just randomly in nature, so this was quite a new thing for me. So it was quite a very big heavy door, and it had like a big brass kind of ring to pull. So I go through this door and I am now underground. It's quite dark, it's quite cold, but I go down there anyway. So now I'm in this kind of little underground area, and I notice there are sort of rays of light coming through the cracks in the ceiling of this little cave area. And as I walk around I notice that there's a bit of a steep slope that leads to an opening. As I head out, I'm hit by bright light. As my vision comes into focus, I notice I am surrounded by large open fields that are broken up by pools and streams of clear blue water. There seems to be kind of a lot of crevices and things sort of within the ground, a few sort of rocky areas, but for the most part just very open fields. And the first thing that I think to do is to just run. So I'm running across these fields, I'm hopping over these little streams of water and all the various cracks in the ground. And I start to notice all of these old ruins, like various kind of ancient castle-like buildings that have sort of crumbled and fallen apart, and you know, as I'm running around I spot more and more of these. I start to realise that there are also characters that are kind of walking around as well and observing all these weathered old buildings. A dream character approaches me. He's probably about 5'10". He's quite large built, he's got sort of very blonde, sort of long blonde hair, big blonde beard, probably middle-aged, and he tells me that his name is Sven and this place is Valwall. Now, when I was coming up with different places in Eden I kind of went on a random name generator, just like to generate names for places. I remember Valwall was one that came up, and I thought, yeah, Valwall seems like a pretty cool name for a place. And here we are, this was Valwall, according to Sven. So the most amazing thing happened next. Sven is taking me on a tour of all these ancient buildings, and he's telling me about the history, he's telling me about various battles that have taken place in Valwall, and you know, for the life of me I cannot remember anything that he told me because I was just in awe of how amazing this was. You know, the level of detail, my awareness, it was completely and utterly lifelike in every way. And there were all these tourists taking pictures of of all these buildings that had so much history behind them, but like I said, none of it stuck in my mind because I was just too blown away by it all. I hadn't come up with any of this backstory whatsoever, which again was another amazing thing. And I know that it was so detailed what he said, and I'm kicking myself for just not remembering any of it. And then I was hit with emotion, and I became really sad, and I fell to my knees, and I was begging Sven to let me stay here, to not let me wake up. I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to go back to my waking world. I wanted to stay here. And then Sven brought me back up to my feet. He kind of hugged me, and then he kind of, held my face in his hands, and he said that he was always going to be here. The whole people of Eden were always going to be here, whether I'm awake or I'm asleep. They're always there. And again, that was another amazing moment. And I felt so much better. I knew that I could wake back up, and I could go on with my waking life, and they would always be there. They would always support me. Even though they're dream characters, and ultimately they are more than likely just parts of my imagination, knowing that I had support in this dream world, and knowing that their lives were going on parallel to mine whilst I'm awake, was just, a very beautiful thing. So the tour kind of continues, and now Sven takes me to a more modern area of Valwall, which is kind of touristy. It has a few hotels, things like that. So we kind of cross over this little footbridge. We're in this sort of little town square area. There's a few cafes and bars. There's a few apartments and villas. And unfortunately, around this point, the dream starts to fade, and I guess I don't have enough awareness maybe to find ways of stabilising the dream or continuing on with that. I think maybe I'm quite comfortable to let the dream end because I'm no longer kind of feeling sad. I'm feeling quite comfortable, so I guess I'm okay with that. So that is my story of going to Valwall and learning a bit of backstory about this place, even though I don't remember any of it. But anyway, I thought that was a pretty amazing dream. I hope you found it pretty good too. So I will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Feel free to smash that like button, as they say. If you have any comments you want to leave, maybe some questions for Geo, then you know where to put them. Thank you very much, guys. I have been Max, aka the Rara Rabbit. I'll see you in the next video.